In this video, I'll be showing you how to take a service that you provide all the way from $0 to $100,000 in revenue. I once took a coaching service in a pretty niche industry all the way from ideation, $0 all the way to $100,000 in revenue. However, for this video, since I'm in the legal marketing industry, I'll be using law firms and lawyers as an example. I do know that many lawyers out there provide will drafting services. The first key concept you want to figure out is whether there is an addressable market and whether it's huge enough. For example, you can go to Google Keyword Planner, which is a free tool, look up keywords such as how to draft a will drafting services in Singapore, and look at the estimated monthly searches per month. Or maybe you have friends working in the industry, you do know that will drafting is something that is sustainable, there is clear market demand. Or maybe currently you already have more than 10 people looking actively from you a will drafting services, and you are thinking that you can scale it beyond that 10 people. So these are some ideas you want to go through in your market research to actually make sure there is actually a marketable demand. So for my case, I entered the dating advice industry for men, and it's a pretty niche industry. And in my opinion, that industry is perhaps maximum a 6 figures industry per year in Singapore. But with that being said, I still took the same principles. I started all the way from scratch, 0 all the way to 6 figures in revenue. So you want to begin with the end in mind. If you want to make $1 million from your legal practice, then wills could be a possible avenue. You just have to do a math, right? How many wills you have to draft a month, a week to hit that $1 million revenue a year. Take $1 million divided by 12, you get $83,000 a month. So you just do the math and you can gauge whether there is an addressable market where you can position your services for you to hit that revenue mark. And wills are not the only form of service I can imagine that a legal firm or lawyer can provide. There are many side sells, upsells, and there are many other legal services that a lawyer can provide. So, for example, you can use wills as a way to acquire customers, to build your reputation, and then they refer you other clients, or they engage other form of legal services from your law firm. I'm just giving an example. So, the second key concept you want to pay attention here is the cost to acquire a customer. For example, the wills market, a quick Google shows that a will in Singapore costs around $200 to $400 to draft. So let's take an average, $300. You charge $300 per will drafted for a client. And if you were to, for example, run a Facebook ad or Google ad for perhaps you spend $500 on Google ads and you get $20 per lead, which is around 25 leads. And out of that 25 leads, you close maybe 3 leads, okay? So 3 times $300 is $900. So by spending $500, you make a profit of $400 with a total revenue of $900. So your cost to acquire customers is actually lower than the revenue generated. So this is the ratio that you want to be aware of. And that's the beauty of digital marketing, online marketing. You are able to track these numbers quite specifically. It's inputs and outputs. And I'll argue that all forms of marketing are. For example, if you were to print 200 flyers, it will cost you X amount of dollars. And if you were to hire Y number of people to give out those flyers and you generate Z revenue, then your total cost is the cost to print flyers, the cost to distribute the flyers, excluding your time, and then the revenue generated from this marketing activity. So every marketing activity, whether be it online or offline, there is a cost behind it and there's a ratio behind it. And with that being said, there is no such thing as free marketing, right? Producing content like this costs time. I have an opportunity cost to creating this video. I could be doing something else. You could say that even by creating YouTube shorts, Facebook shorts, Instagram shorts, posting on LinkedIn, there is a monetary cost to all of these forms of free marketing. And this is why I default to paid marketing channels after getting product market fit, which I'll talk about in a little bit, because there is a clear monetary input and there's a clear monetary output that you can track, that you can scale all the way from 0 to 6 figures and beyond. So let's talk about this key concept called product market fit. Why does one legal practice, one law firm is able to run an ad, become profitable, and another law firm runs the exact same ad and is not profitable? Because every law firm, every marketing campaign has its plus points, has its position in the marketplace, has different pricing models, has different reasons how the customer react to their advertising. So to give an example, Big 4 law firms, they probably charge a premium market fee in exchange for their reputation. They're able to attract talent. They're able to attract top lawyers to work for them. So I would imagine that for boutique to mid-sized law firms, their strategy would be slightly different. They would perhaps have to compete more directly. They have to have a more personalized approach than big four law firms. So these are just some of the marketing ideas I can throw out. So before you even throw out a single dollar in ad spend, you want to speak to the market, outreach to your current list of customers, and ask them, why did you purchase from me? How can I do it better? And specifically, what are your pain points when it comes to perhaps drafting a will? What are the considerations that you want to think of before engaging a certain service in the legal industry? How well you are able to articulate this information to the marketplace through digital offline channels, and then building a process around it, tracking the numbers, getting the copywriting down, getting the UI UX down, will determine your marketing results. So the better you are able to fit the market demands to the USP of your legal practice or your law firm, then the better your marketing results will be. Literally every single marketing department that I've worked for or marketing client that I've consulted, they do miss out this part called customer research. They ignore it. I do know it sounds like unsexy work. Everyone just wants to go in and run an ad and get clients and get leads. But believe you me, by doing this process, you will be able to scale any campaign effectively from 0 to 7 figures once this portion is done well. So this leads to my last point. When you've had the customer research, you understand what the market wants, you understand the unique positioning of your legal services, for example, and you have someone who is able to implement it, to articulate it in a way that your consumers understand, then the next step is just basically focusing, refining, and layering. What do I mean by that? Choose an acquisition channel, for example, Google. Take Google, maximize it all the way to 6 figures perhaps. Once it's maxed out, then layer on a different marketing channel, for example, Facebook advertising. Once that's done, you layer on other marketing channels. So this way, you will be able to take your service from $0 to $100 and beyond in a systematic and in a way that feels sustainable, in a way that feels predictable. Hey, this is Marcus New, and if you enjoyed this video, you are looking to grow your company, looking to learn more about digital marketing or marketing in general, then subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.